Loan officers, if you want more business, I'm going to share with you 4 different levers that you can pull right now to start generating more loans. Hey, I'm DJ Christofferson. If you're not familiar who I am, I've been a licensed loan officer since the end of 2009, been a top 0.5% of producer in the country, helped build a mortgage company by multiple billions in annual volume. And right now, my main focus is helping loan officers like you build, grow, and scale mortgage careers that you love. All right, so let's get down to business here. So I got 4 levers I want to share with you that you can pull any one of these in order to grow your business and get business right now. The question will then become, which of these 4 levers are the ones that you should focus on? So let's do these. I'm going to write them all out, and then we will go through these one at a time. The first one is traffic. The second one is conversion. The third, retention, and the last one would be leverage. Leverage. Let's change the colors up a little bit here. Now, what are the difference between these? What do these all mean? Who are these for? So let's talk about this first one, traffic. Traffic is a fantastic way for any loan officer and branch manager to be focusing at all times. You should always be focusing on generating more traffic. And what am I talking about traffic? Simply being is that you have more leads coming in on a daily basis. Yes, you want more leads coming on a daily basis. And this is something specifically loan officers should be focusing on if they lack things that are necessary for these other 3, conversion, retention, leverage. And so every loan officer, every branch manager can focus on doing the activities they need to generate more leverage. Because the beautiful thing is, traffic, as the beautiful thing is, as you focus on more traffic, it's going to create more opportunities for conversion, retention, and leverage. But let's first talk about what are some of the different things that you could have for traffic. And one would be let's just say you're a lead buyer. And that's not something that I do, but if you're buying leads, you can focus in on buying more leads, getting a better lead source, those kinds of things. Another one would be prospecting more. What could be prospecting more? Me, I've been a big proponent of realtor and referral relationships. I know some loan officers and branches and companies, they not only focus on, realtors, they'll focus on, CPAs, financial advisors, they'll focus on family will, those kinds of things. And they all have communication with people that obviously might need some mortgage help. And so whatever it is that you might be prospecting, you can even break prospecting down into cold prospecting, whether that's phone, whether that's email, whether that's direct message. You can do it social media, which is very popular. The point is there's many different ways that you can generate more traffic, more opportunities. Like let me put video here too, because that's a big one, right? I'm doing the videos right now. But things that you need to do to generate more opportunities to get leads coming in. While prospecting for different referral partners, it's not a direct thing. Hey, I do something and a lead comes in. It's, hey, I'm going to meet with these people and then I'm going to try to get some leads to come in. But the point is that you need to do these a lot. Focus on the traffic so you always have more traffic in. And if you have no business and you don't have any opportunities, you should be spending all day on generating more traffic. All right, what's conversion? Conversion is the opportunities that you have from the traffic that you already got. And what do I mean by that? Excuse me. So let's just say here, we change the colors up. Let's just say you have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, keep this simple here, 7, 8, 9, 10. You have 10 leads that you get. And let's just say only one of those leads ends up getting into contract. You get them pre-approved and you get contract. Half of these leads you get don't go anywhere. The other ones, these 4 here, you don't know what's going on with. Well, we have 90% of your leads, there's opportunity here. Why? Well, one is because we don't even know what happened to half of them. Half of them just ghosted you. So you have a conversion opportunity to take these 50% in order to try to get them in an application, then in order to go into a contract, right? Now we know that if the market's a little slower, the time from pre-approval to close contract, it might be longer than it used to be, but that point doesn't matter. You need to generate more pre-approvals, keep those pre-approvals, and then get those into under contract. So one thing that we could focus in on is what kind of things that we can do to make sure that we get a lead, it turns into an actual application. Because if we don't have an application, we have no idea the quality of the leads that we got, which means that we don't have any idea of the quality of the referral source that we got. Let's say we got all these five leads from 2 different realtors, and all of the leads they gave us are junk leads. But we're still spending a lot of time trying to develop those realtor relationships. Well, that's not a good use of our time if they're only giving us junk leads. And so we need to be tracking that stuff, with our metrics to see if it's worth it, right? But let's just say, let me give you some examples here. One thing that I absolutely love, let's say you talk to a lead and you ask them some questions here, and then you say, I'm going to send, my online application. Well, let's do one thing that you should start doing immediately. If you're sending them an online application and 50% of your leads are ghosting you from it, is that we turn those into a phone app. And then let's say that phone app gets 3 of those 5 there. You got 60% of those 5 to an app, right? And then whatever percentage they are turned to a pre-approval, which is great, right? Now you're getting actual data that you can work with. From your phone app that you do is then you're gonna what's called BAM FAM. Book a meeting from a meeting. If you always book a meeting from a meeting, every time you talk to a borrower, you take their application, you already schedule the next time you should talk with them and the next time that you guys are going to meet, it increases the likelihood of the pull through on that lead to application and then application to them actually wanting to work with you. Right? And so those are some things you can do to increase the conversion on the leads that ghosted you. Now, what about these 4 leads here? Loan officers don't like to admit it, but it happens. Now, to the degree it happens, depending on the quality of the loan officer. And I say quality doesn't mean whether they know a lot or not, but how they build a relationship rapport and stuff, is that they'll get leads that take the application and we'll do this one in red. They'll go with another loan officer. That hurts. So of the 4 leads that you got applications on, you didn't hear from them again, or they went elsewhere, is we could say at least half of them, they went with another loan officer, assuming they're pre-approved, because statistically speaking, they are doing something. So that means that we have opportunity in this of preventing people from leaving us. Now, some will say they'll make excuses of why that person left and blah, blah, blah. Maybe some of those are true, but at the end of the day, we control what we can control. And if you want to improve your relationship with those leads that become applications, which become pre-approvals, you can't do things like everybody else. You can't treat yourself like a commodity. And how can you do that? Another simple one, phone application. Do a phone application. It sets you apart. I'll do a whole other video on the power of phone applications, how it will increase your business. Now, if you are crazy busy, and yeah, you could delegate manpower and get people to help you with these things. But if you're not closing at least 10 deals a month, you can take every deal, every lead you get, you can do a phone application for. I know because I've done it. And that's not to brag or boast. It's just a matter of structuring your time, managing your day better, and you will get more closings. One of the reasons why I could close so much and work less than other loan officers is because I did a lot of the upfront work. You do the upfront work, you do it quality, everything on the back end becomes easier. So a huge opportunity for you to get more business from the traffic you already have is increase your conversion percentages. Next is retention. Retention is your past clients and database. So this might be family, friends, people that might not have been a past client of yours or whatnot, so whatever it is that you have in your sphere of influence. But there's a lot of opportunities within your database, your past clients, for them to do a refinance or a HELOC or a second purchase, whatever it might be. And loan officers, they don't take the time to stay in touch. They rely on CRMs, they rely on newsletters, they rely on these very, very passive things and to get them to retain those clients. It might work for some, and it does at a small percentage, but why do these huge companies like Rocket Mortgage and retain such a high percentage of their clients? It's not because they have the best rates. It's not because they have the lowest costs. It's not because they have the most experienced and best loan officers. It's because they make it their priority to stay in touch, have conversations with their past clients. And so if you want to get more business, a lever you can pull is start reaching out to your past clients. Every day you reach out to your past clients and you're fishing for an opportunity for a refinance, a purchase, or whatnot. The opportunities are there. And so if you need business, you need it now, and you have a past client database, that's where you should go, retention. And at the worst case scenario, even if you can't do anything with them, you create top of mind awareness, and then that goes to the last one, leverage. Leverage. Not only are your past clients great for repeat business, they're fantastic for referrals. And that is where leverage is. So while you might make a call to your past client and see how things are going, do a mortgage review and see if you can do a refinance for them, if it makes sense for them, if they're buying a new house or whatever it is, those are also opportunities for you to ask for referrals. And whether they have their own personal deal for you or not, is they may have somebody for you that they could refer to you. And if they don't have anybody at that particular time, here's one of the great things about having a conversation. You can plant that seed with them and say, okay, no problem. You don't have a referral now. When you come across somebody that is talking about buying a house or you think could benefit from a refinance, could you tell them about me? What you're doing is you're planting yourself into their brain. It's called the reticular activating system, which will then increase the likelihood that when they do come across somebody, because they always do, they're just not paying attention to it because they don't care. But now that you made them aware of it, they're going to notice those conversations happening. And who are they going to think of? They're going to think of you. So as you're trying to grow your business, if your business, you need business now, which of these 4 levers do you need to pull? Is it you need to do more things to generate more traffic? Do you have the traffic, but you need to convert at a higher percentage? Do you have a big database or past clients that you could tap into to try to get refinances or repeat purchases? Or do you need to then leverage those for getting additional referrals? So any loan officer has one of these 4 traffic sources or one of these 4 levers that they can pull in order to get more business. Now, if you found this valuable, do me a favor, like this video, share this video, subscribe, whatever it is, and I will see you on the next one.